Good afternoon, Robert Scribbler with the OBX Wave Report, filming south and east from Jeanette's Pier. As some 2 to 3 foot waves roll in off the North Atlantic Ocean. Primary swell coming in from the southeast at about 2.7 feet, according to the wave monitors. We're starting to see a little bit of the effect of Hurricane Franklin as we start to get some bigger swells coming in occasionally from the south and east. You can tell when they come because they're these big, like long waves that roll in off the North Atlantic Ocean, and they have peaks that are significantly higher than the regular wave interval in the range of around 2 to 3 feet. And good waves to be had here at Jeanette's Pier today. Myself just finished surf session number 167 for the year. Shout out to all my fellow surfers and everyone getting in the water. And we are looking forward to a serious hurricane swell over the next few days, peaking likely on Tuesday in the range of 4 to 7, 5 to 10 feet, possibly double overhead in some locations. And you can see one of the larger swells coming in here. Again, not enormous, but noticeably bigger than the regular period waves here. And in this case, big and foamy, ill-formed, kind of choppy right now. But as you can see, as surfers get into some sections, definitely some rideable waves here today at Jeanette's Pier. All right, so let's get down to the conditions provided by buoys and wave monitors. And right now at Nag's Head, we've got 2 to 3 foot semi-choppy conditions with northeasterly wind blowing in at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, chopping up the waves a little bit. Primary swell out of the east-southeast at 2.7 feet and 9 seconds. A little spill there. No, not quite. Okay. Air temperatures in the lower 80s. Ocean water temperatures 78 degrees right now. And up at Virginia Beach, where they still got some of the East Coast Surfing Championships going on, it's 2 foot with some slight chop. Hopefully my fellow competitors there at the ECSC make a good showing and enjoy themselves as they get out there with their fellow surfers. All right, and heading on down south to Rodanthe. We've got 2 to 3 foot waves, clean conditions, semi-clean, getting a little choppier with those easterly winds blowing in. Primary swell out of the east-southeast at 2.9 feet, so slightly larger wave conditions. 9 second swell coming in there. Winds shifting around to the east at about 7 miles per hour. Air temperatures 80 degrees, ocean water temperatures 79. And down south at Buxton, we've got 2 to 3 foot waves, semi-clean conditions with a little bit of texture. East-southeast swell at 2.9 feet and 9 seconds. Southerly winds at about 8 miles per hour. And air temperatures at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, ocean water temperatures 81 degrees Fahrenheit, as we see a little bit bigger, foamier wave coming in here. And you can see these long swells. These, my friends, are hurricane swells. And they're just going to get bigger and bigger as the days progress and likely peak out at about Tuesday. All right. Oh, and I did neglect Frisco. Right now, Frisco's at 2 to 3 foot with some slight chop. All right. So we've been talking a bit about hurricane swells. Let's get into some data provided by the National Hurricane Center as we watch the waves roll in and some surfers catch some waves on the sandbar here off Jeanette's Pier. All right, so the first major area of interest in the tropical Atlantic is Hurricane Franklin. And Hurricane Franklin right now has 90 mile per hour maximum sustained winds as it is heading northwest. Present position is east of the Bahamas, and a gradual turn to the north and then northeast is expected to occur over the next few days, bringing Franklin between the U.S. East Coast and Bermuda by Tuesday through Thursday. Franklin is expected to become a major Category 3 hurricane by Monday, possibly reaching Category 4 hurricane status by late Monday and early Tuesday. This system is going to be a major OBX wave maker late Monday through at least Wednesday and possibly beyond. No forecast threat at present to the U.S. coastline or to other major land features. We'll have to keep an eye on that as the situation progresses, but right now Franklin is expected to just be a concern for the shipping lanes and a big wave maker for us here in the Outer Banks. So we are expecting to see large surf ahead. Present forecasts in the range of 4 to 7 feet for some locations, 5 to 10 feet for others, possibly even larger. I would not be surprised if we see double overhead in some locations on Tuesday and possibly into Wednesday. Wednesday likely to be the best day at present with very clean conditions and still large surf as Franklin starts to head out into the North Atlantic. All right, so we do also have a second major area of interest. Tropical Depression 10, which is right now east of the Yucatan. Maximum wind right now at 35 miles per hour. All this information, of course, provided by the National Hurricane Center. And Tropical Depression 10 is heading north, likely to become a tropical storm over the next day. And so we'll be definitely watching Tropical Depression 10 as it is likely to become a tropical storm and then enter the Gulf of Mexico. Once it enters the Gulf, it will probably strike land somewhere. And according to the National Hurricane Center, the system is forecast to become a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico on Tuesday and to strike Florida on Wednesday. Emerge from land in the South Carolina area and become a tropical storm just off the Outer Banks on Friday. So we might be looking at some stormy conditions here in the Outer Banks Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll have to keep our eyes on Tropical Depression 10, which may become a tropical storm. All right. We also have two other areas of interest. One, a tropical disturbance in the eastern tropical Atlantic that has a very low, nearly 0% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone. And last of all, a tropical disturbance that has just moved off the coast of Africa into the eastern tropical Atlantic. And that system has a 20% chance of developing over the next 7 days. So notably, the tropics are really starting to heat up. And we've got lots of areas of concern. Here in the Outer Banks, big waves are coming and possible storming conditions coming by later this week. All right, so as I always do at the end of the OBX Wave Report, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help speed the transition to clean energy, which will protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. Those impacts being rising sea levels, worsening storms that impact the coastline and threaten us all, harm to the ocean environment caused by ocean heat waves and ocean acidification, and other harmful impacts such as fires like we've likely seen, like we have recently seen with the Lahaina fire in Maui. All right, so thank you for joining me once again for this session of the OBX Wave Report, and I will be back with you guys shortly.